and welcome to the very first episode of Why You Should Watch, a new series I'll be starting on the channel of me talking about my favourite movies and why you should watch them. I will analyse the film to some extent and explain why I love it so much and totally ignore any negatives it has because I love the film and what I say is always 100% accurate. Obviously this is a lie, but this is why you should watch, not why you shouldn't watch, so don't expect any critiques or anything of the sort. Why you shouldn't watch may become its own thing in the future, but for now, let's discuss my favourite movies and what makes them great. Tonight I'll be telling you why you should watch Dog Soldiers. And the off chance you already have, then after this you will no doubt want to watch it again. Dog Soldiers, directed by Neil Marshall, is a 2002 British horror, thriller, black comedy, action, fantasy. You know what, it's a few things, but what it really is bloody brilliant. It stars Sean Pertwee, who you may know as Alfred from the TV series Gotham. We've also got Kevin McKidd from Trainspotting and the voice of the infamous Soap McTavish from the Modern Warfare gaming franchise. Another big name you might know is Liam Cunningham, who has been a bad bastard in everything he has ever been in, apart from Game of Thrones where he plays Davos Seaworth. So a squad of British soldiers is dropped into the Scottish Highlands to participate in a series of war games, expecting to rendezvous with a special ops unit. What is a routine training mission quickly descends into hell for these men as the full moon rises, met with blood-curdling howls. They are now in a fight for survival and must make it to dawn as they are hunted by a pack of werewolves. The 6 soldiers we follow through the Scottish wilderness: Sergeant Harry Wells, played by Sean Pertwee; Private Lawrence Cooper, played by Kevin McKidd; Private Witherspoon, known as Spoon, played by Darren Moffat; Private Joe Kirkley, portrayed by Chris Robson; Private Terry Milburn, played by Leslie Simpson; and Corporal Bruce Campbell, played by Thomas Lockyer. Also joining our full-mouth squaddies was Captain Ryan, who was Liam Cunningham, who is just an awesome polar opposite to Sergeant Wells, and I love his constant taunting of the squad. Then we have Megan, played by Emma Cleesby, who can sure as hell hold her own alongside these men. Sorry I made you sit through all the cast's names and character names, but these guys just fucking deserve the recognition. The acting is outstanding. This is what grounds the film with so much realism. We are instantly attached to this unit of squaddies, and the fact that they keep the film so grounded makes the crazy out there element of the werewolves that much more believable. The movie was built on the foundation of the actors playing these soldiers and is what held the film up with the authenticity of these men. So eventually, when the horror fantasy elements are built above this, they all sit in place together as one amazing genre hybrid that won't collapse in itself. Each one of the characters' personalities jumps out the screen at you. Within no time you feel like you know them and their characteristics. Seeing them all react to this fucked up situation in their own unique way is truly entertaining in itself, which is actually maybe the most important part of the whole movie. And plus, they actually make you laugh. In a lot of films, in a sadistic way, you like the evil entity that's stalking the protagonists. For example, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Jaws, Alien and Predator, even Terminator. But in Dog Soldiers, you actually hate these werewolves. They are fucking with characters you are truly invested in, and this is what makes them so menacing. You appreciate these creatures for what they are, but you want our band of brothers to kill every last one of them, or at least even the score. The emotion this film can bring out, along with its laughs and awesome action, is truly remarkable. As Neil Marshall himself said, they were making a soldier movie with werewolves in it, not a werewolf movie with soldiers in it. Now, even from hating the werewolves and their actions, there is one thing you can't help but love, and that is their design. In my opinion, this is the best werewolf costume design ever. It is a perfect hybrid of man and wolf merging into one efficient killing machine. It is beautiful in its simplicity and it is executed amazingly. The thought of a pack of these things circling your house looking for a way in is truly terrifying. The practical effects work in this film was amazing. I have to give a massive shout out to Bob Keane, the visual effects director, and Dave Bonniwell, who was the werewolf designer, and to all the people who contributed to making these werewolves come to life. Also to the actors in the costumes who weren't actually stuntmen, they were dancers, as director Neil Marshall wanted them to move more elegantly. I think this worked great, making them super unique in their movements and actions and just how they methodically went about their kill. It reminded me of the original Xenomorph in Alien, how it moves in odd ways before killing its prey. The costumes and animatronics are just wonderful. Coupled with the dancers inside the suits, we have 7 foot tall, truly terrifying killing machines, and altogether it just comes across great on screen. And with the lighting and composition of the camera angles, it was just perfect how they framed these creatures. Not showing too much, not showing too little, just enough to keep us going and keep us terrified. All this would have helped the actors immensely, and just being able to see and interact with what they were supposed to be terrified of and allowed them to get physical and properly throw hands with these beasts. I'm sure this was key to getting the awesome performances that we did. Now, I also have to mention the soundtrack by Mark Thomas. This soundtrack is just, it's fucking beautiful, man. It fits perfectly with its militaristic style with the drums, and then really gets you going when the strings kick in with the violins, really getting your heart pumping. The abrupt changes of pace really keep you on your toes and on high alert, and complement the action on the screen perfectly, with the crescendos rising as the instrumentation thickens, building to a sharp halt. The use of tempo rubato, which is slightly speeding up or speeding down the music, is used brilliantly to keep us almost breathless at times. Then as the tempo slows down, you get less of the militaristic vibe and more of the fantastical side of things. It's a great mix of both, as is to the film itself. The music did hit me with Aliens and Jaws vibes too. I'm not too sure if these were influences the composer used, but that's what I felt and I loved it. That is not to downplay the soundtrack at all, saying I got a similar feel to those film soundtracks. The Dog Soldiers soundtrack is brilliant in its own right. I am in no way a music scholar, but that was my take on the film's soundtrack. In short, I love it, and it complements the visuals greatly, intensifying the viewer's emotions. The grain over the film really adds to its almost 1980s aesthetic. It really does feel and look like an 80s action at some points, like Predator or Aliens. Not something from the early 2000s, but this really helps the movie in my opinion, and gives it a lovely distinct look that was missing at its time of release. I am not sure if it was down to budget requirements or an aesthetic choice, but we will go for a choice for now, I reckon. The film was shot in 16mm, which means it can't be up-res to full high definition, but having recently watched it again on Blu-ray, it looks and sounds impeccable. Dog Soldiers very much so holds up, or even is better still than some of the creature features we see nowadays. There are also heaps of references to other films tucked away in pieces of dialogue, or just how some certain scenes play out. I don't want to spoil them all, but there is a bit of Evil Dead, Aliens and Zulu in there. I'll let you guys find the rest. Not once do these references ever feel out of place or forced though. They slot into the dialogue or actions of characters perfectly. The film itself is very well shot and edited. All in all, it's a very well put together, paced out and plotted movie. There are no extraneous scenes or unnecessary dialogue or exposition. It just races along and carries the audience into the woods full speed with it. It also boasts great lighting. At some points in the film, the werewolves are mere silhouettes, but just seeing their outline is terrifying. With truly compelling performances, awesome creature design and use of practical effects, it makes for one scary, gory, funny and wildly entertaining trip into the Scottish Highlands. For Dog Soldiers being Neil Marshall's very first feature film, it is an astounding achievement. Not only did he direct, he wrote the script. He is a huge inspiration and truly someone I hold up there with the greats. I beg you to go watch his filmography. You have Dog Soldiers, which by now I hope you're itching to see. Next came The Descent in 2005, which is another amazing horror film with a cast of badass women and awesome looking creatures once again. Then came Doomsday in 2008, in which Scotland has been walled off from the rest of Britain as a deadly virus has swept over the country, and all that is left is a wasteland full of cannibals and all-out lunatics, which is basically Glasgow at 3 AM on a Saturday night. In 2010 he gave us Centurion, based on the lost 9th Legion of the Roman army, where again people are hunted and killed by crazy Scottish people. It's fucking awesome too. Marshall has also done directorial work on Game of Thrones on the episodes Blackwater and The Watchers of the Wall. Along with this, he has also directed episodes for Constantine, Hannibal and Westworld, so you might have seen a piece of his work and not yet realised it. He is one very talented guy, and you should know if you are sitting down to one of his films, you are going to have fun with it. And with that is why you should watch Dog Soldiers. I hope I have convinced you to watch this film, whether it's for the first time or the 900th time like myself. This film gave me so many fond memories and really kick-started my passion for film. I still remember seeing the trailers on TV and instantly needing to watch it. Although being 7 years old at the time of its release, I had to wait for the video release. So bang on release day, I remember dragging my parents to HMV. For those of you who don't know, it's a huge store chain in the UK that at the time mostly sold VHS tapes and music albums. I still remember the car journey home from the shops, reading the back of the cover and being infatuated with the cover art and a little screenshot of the clips at the back. That night I watched it with my family and it made something click in me and made me love movies. I then went on to watch it pretty much every Saturday morning for what I'm going to say was possibly 6 months to a year. Ever since then I've been convincing other friends and family to watch it all the time. Now 16 years later I'm on YouTube telling all you guys why you should watch it, and I would not have it any other way. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video, as most of it really came from the heart, but enough of getting all soppy and shit. I will probably do more of these in the future as I really enjoyed making this. I will do them for films I love and feel warrant them, but please, if there's anything you think I should watch, then tell me in the comments below. I hope my love for this film translated through whatever device that you are watching or just listening to this on, and I hope you can even get a tiny slice of what I got out of it, because if you do, then you'll go crazy for it too. Expect more videos on Dog Soldiers soon too, as I want to explore some questions the film raised and give you my take on certain points that are brought up. I cannot wait for those. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and good night.